Intel might be releasing discrete graphics cards as early as January, making the GPU market complete with the 3' colors. Plus, I've got a new segment, and Oculus shows off a really sweet new prototype. Stay tuned. Welcome back to GamerMeld. We began speculating on Intel's foray into the discrete graphics card market with their acquisition of Raja Koduri late last year. Most had assumed this was the company's starting point for the eventual development of GPUs, but if today's story is accurate, they may have been working on discrete graphics cards for a while now. Originally reported by Tweaktown with an attempt at grabbing a piece of the admittedly hefty GPU market, Intel has supposedly been working on their own discrete graphics cards for nearly 2 years now. Not only that, but if this report is accurate, which I'll get to in a second, their development is complete, with the company in preparation for launch. Specifically, by the end of this year, we're expecting to see something, but what sounds like a full reveal at CES 2019 in January. When it comes to the report, unfortunately, Tweaktown isn't giving us anything more than, quote, industry sources, so the validity is certainly in question. The main reason I'm reporting this is just because it's a really interesting conversation to be had, as well as quite a few things Intel has done as of late to show how serious they are about graphics cards, like their acquisition of key players in the GPU market, as well as their launch of game-ready drivers. Speaking of drivers, my next story is part of a new segment I'm playing around with called Driver Report, where I go over the more interesting aspects of new driver releases. I'm not sure if it'll be monthly or when released, but let me know what you think down in the comments below. The first driver release is AMD's Radeon Adrenalin Edition 18.4.1, and among the many bug fixes it includes support for HDCP 2.2 and Microsoft's PlayReady 3.0 DRM, which means full support for Netflix 4K. The next driver is a hotfix from Nvidia for the few models of 1060 GPUs that are suffering from crashes with a code 43 from Nvidia's last driver update. I will suggest not to install it unless you're having one of the issues mentioned in the update, since this hasn't gone through nearly the same level of testing as a normal driver. Lastly for today, Oculus had a pretty impressive display of their latest VR tech at the F8 Developer Conference. This prototype is a moving screen to adjust focus during gameplay. They use the example of gaining focus as something that's closer in the virtual world. Lastly, they revealed a much nicer field of view at 140 degrees instead of the Oculus's current 100. This, coupled with the almost instant success of the Oculus Go, Facebook is clearly not done with VR. So while that does it for today, let me know what you think of the news. Ready to see an Intel high-end graphics card? Let me know down in the comments below.